Let me bring you to one of Wexford's quieter medieval spots, Artramon Castle, just outside Castlebridge, overlooking the River Slaney. And it all goes back to 1169 with the Norman invasion in Bannow Bay. One of the first knights to step ashore was Maurice de Prendergast, and he ended up being granted land in Wexford by Strongbow himself. The Prendergast became major power players in the region for centuries, and the land around Artramon was part of that early Norman takeover. On a side note, it was Philip de Prendergast, Maurice's son, who built Enniscorthy Castle. Now the castle you see today is a four-storey tower house, the classic late medieval Irish design. We're talking 15th, 16th century style. Also known as 10-pound castles because Henry VIII provided the grants for their construction. It had typical thick walls, narrow windows, vaulted rooms, built to be lived in but also to survive attacks. These tower houses were basically the Irish version of a fortified family home. But ownership of the site actually shifted pretty early on. By 1247, the lands and either the castle or an earlier fortification had passed to Gerard de Roop or Roche from the de Valency family, who in turn had received it from the Prendergasts. The Roche family held Artramon right up until the early 1500s. Another fact, this tower is one of 3 Roche tower houses in South Wexford, with the other 2 located in Ferrycarrig and Barntown. This shows you just how influential the family became. After the Roches, Artramon eventually moved on again, later ending up with the Mastersons. But like so many Irish castles, it hit real trouble during the chaos of the 1640s, the rebellion, the Cromwellian campaigns, all of it. In the Down Survey, which assessed the condition of properties across Ireland for the purpose of land confiscation and redistribution to English Protestant settlers and soldiers afterwards. From there, the tower slowly slipped into ruin, especially once a much grander Georgian Artramon house was built nearby and took over as the main residence. The medieval tower was left behind, watching over the Slaney. And today, Artramon Castle is a quiet, weathered ruin on private land, but you can still see the height, the defensive doorway, the deep-set windows, everything you'd expect from a late medieval tower house with deep Norman roots. So that's Artramon, born from the 1169 Norman invasion, shaped by the Prendergasts and the Roches, battered by the 1640s wars, the Cromwellian wars, and now standing silent above the River Slaney, watching what's going on. These stones could tell 1,000 stories.